inch tires, you know? And I don't want to put some like cheap bullshit $100 tires on it, all wheel drive, because I like to put the power down, and I'll go through tires, cheap tires, quick as fuck. I already know. Hell yeah, dude. And all wheel drive with 300 horsepower, like, it just grips and goes. You might chirp a tiny bit, but like no real wheel spin. You know what I mean? Just fucking goes. I mean, you got the Taurus. That front wheel drive grips really well. I know, and that 3.5 is
I'll be pushing
a
that.
slouch road. It'll push. Yeah. And what's crazy is like mine's got the all-wheel drive system and bigger hardware, you know, so it's heavier. So the extra horsepower almost doesn't do a whole lot for it compared to just a stock 3.5. But the all-wheel drive really makes a difference. You just gotta watch out for the water pump. I'm like so afraid of owning this car. You know what I'm talking about? The water pump seal will fail and like ruin the motor. Did I lose you?
No, I'm right here. I'm high as fuck.
Me too. I'm just talking. You hear about that water pump on the Ford Taurus?
No.
Yeah, so you really got to keep an eye on it because if it fails, it can leak coolant directly into the motor, and then it's toast. Yeah. Which most cars aren't designed like that, but this motherfucker's internal, and they got to take off timing cover chain and the fucking chain and all the shit. So when you do the oil or the water pump, they say you should really do the chain and the guides and tensioners and all that. So it turns it in like $2,000 or $3,000 job for an oil pump. Just ridiculous. And the Explorers of the same year, Ford Explorer, using the same motor, have an external pump. Imagine that. They couldn't figure their shit out. Here I am. Probably spent way too much on my car. And I like the Explorers, but I don't like the Explorers. You know what I mean? It's like everyone has an Explorer. I feel like I see a lot more Explorers than Ford Taurus. Never been a fan of like owning an SUV. I don't know why. I've had hatchbacks, like a little hot hatch is nice. But I've been looking at trailer hitch for my car, and then like a little $300 or $400 trailer, like a 5x6, like a 5x8, something like that. That would be the move. And also, I got this old '69 Pontiac in my garage, and I'm really thinking about selling it because it just fucking takes up space. But at the same time, I would want it to at least run, drive, and stop without leaking all over the driveway. You know, that way I could get at least a good amount out of it. So I'm trying to decide if I want to put like 1 or 2 thousand in parts in this fucking paperweight in my garage, and then try to sell it for 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever. At least 4, you know. Considering at this point I technically got no money into it. title for it. Buyers love titles, you know. Yeah, so that's where I'm at lately. Just thinking, you know, what you got cooked?
Nah, shit.
What?
I'm slowly using my brain. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get my other song. That's all I'm doing, bro.
Oh, I feel you. That's what you're cooking.
Just trying to get in contact with my lady, my mother, before I have to fully go to attorneys and shit. She have to be looking stupid. And so I'm telling them, she started to play the nice part with me. This is your mom gonna charge both of y'all up. Basically, I'm gonna put myself on child support. They dumb asses gonna only see that I'm working on Twitch and won't see me her anytime. I only gonna get paid that much. And then about the child support is about let me see my son. I can physically buy him anything he wants.
Yeah, I mean, cash is easy to get. Showing it on paper, not always so easy.
You feel me? That's why I'm like, bro. I told him I put myself on child support. You realize that they only gonna get what I'm getting off based off my content creation. So based off whatever I'm making on there, it's what it's gonna have to pay. You gonna be stupid. I'm gonna have to explain to my son your mom's money on. You went without me for 4 to 5 years, we'll make you take child support. That make it see.
But at the same time, you want to see your kids.
Yeah, that's the only reason I moved to South Carolina. Because that's what's gonna make her look dumb when I'm talking to the lawyers now. They're gonna try to fight it and be like, why we need to move 30 minutes away from y'all? You didn't want to see your son because y'all blocked them when we were down in South Carolina. They think we look stupid as hell. They ain't gonna lie to stuff.
Yeah.
They about to do it dumb as hell. They ain't gonna try to play a soft card. I'm already 10 years ahead in the game of what they finna try. What her mom, not even her, what her mom is gonna try to do. Now, mom gonna look stupid as hell. I'm not trying to tell them years ago. I'm not trying to tear y'all down. I'm not trying to take my son away from y'all. I just want to be a part of this life. But the fact that y'all doing this, y'all make this y'all problem.
Yeah, I'm sitting here nodding. I feel you, bro.
I gotta focus on future too, sir. Alright.
Yeah, we're still building. We gotta see it like, you know, late 20s, early 30s. You got 15, 20 more years to build, and then after that, like to the more wealth preservation stage, you know. We got about 10, 15 years we can be risky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all we got, bro. 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm. And after that, like, you know, if you're not set, you gotta figure some shit out, you know. But this is prime
He
in our
pushed
life
his
to
ass.
take risks.
Yes, like the phone because she blocked me on Facebook, but dumbass don't realize that I know people. I can look her up on Facebook. My mom. I can see that my other mama had her daughter on, so that's good. Right? Whenever I talk to people, congratulate you, and I got shit to do with me. But I know you got too many babies on your hands now, so go ahead and let my son come over to play. And the worst part about it is, her mom will try to come around my crib and figure out what I live and what I do. She gonna be looking so silly. And I'm gonna report her ass on the Ravens, and she ain't even gonna see it coming.
Has she been trying to do that?
No, but that's what she's gonna try to do when she like, oh, he really does live that big. She's gonna try to use an excuse on where I live, but I live near old people. I don't live near no young people that does no evil. There's no crime very high. So at the end of the day, she's gonna try to look. She's gonna look stupid.
Is she that dumb? Like, if there's
Yes,
court proceedings, why would
yes,
she
yes.
do that?
And you know what makes it even worse, bro? I know where they live right now. I just gotta get the survey papers. once I get the serving pictures, bro, I'm gonna have one of my homies go with me, and I know how they act. So I'm gonna act like it's a birthday gift, right? And I'm gonna have it in a nice little package, and it's gonna be recorded that she grabs that paper and open it, even just grabs it in general. She's cooked, but she tried to say she didn't get it.
I mean, certified mail. That's something they got signed for.
Nah. If we going when we doing shit like this for like child shit, like it's either one, they gonna get in the mail, they ignore it, or two, you gonna have to have an attorney or somebody go to their house and give them this motherfucker so they can know like,
Yeah.
hey, bro, stop ignoring this motherfucker trying to be a dad.
That sucks. You got to go through the whole process over bullshit
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even doing
just
it
to
with my
see your
other. That's
kid.
only one baby mama, and the other two are just normal, just motherfuckers. The first one dumb, the second one don't think on her own. It's just like you would rather me go through this, and then in the future, our sons question why the fuck you was doing what you're doing. They gonna make it make sense on why you was doing what you was doing. It's kind of awkward. I'm vibing though. Go play with the toys. Go play with the toys. Thank you.
There's a 3-minute video that made it seem really easy to make a Windrow server. So I'm hoping there's no issues with like my internet or port forwarding or any of that bullshit. Because I noticed when I play Call of Duty, my NAT type is moderate, but I don't know if it's gonna have an effect. You know how to turn that shit off?
No, it does good.
How to make it? How to turn it to open?
No,
NAT
that's
type?
what you at, Xfinity?
AT&T.
No, you do that.
I remember Xfinity didn't do that.
Yeah,
Xfinity was
Xfinity,
open NAT
yeah,
type.
see, I was gonna say Xfinity didn't do that. I had AT&T, and then I got Xfinity, and my house was transferred. It was just, it was weird. I ain't gonna lie.
Hmm.
This is like, then, like, it's weird though, because you know what made it weird, AT&T? So I would be having, like, hosting private matches on Call of Duty back in the day, and they will only let certain people join the lobby, bro.
Hmm.
Then when I switched to X, it only let me join certain people's lobby, so I had to be in somebody's lobby to join off them to another person I joined, and then it kicked me
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
On
switched,
moderate.
when I switched to Xfinity, I could join anybody's shit. I ain't even gonna lie, it was good, smooth. I'm like, fuck. I think it did this with Spectrum though, the other day, but I don't know, maybe that was just they shit fucking up. I thought it happened. I'm like, hell no, I'm gonna switch this shit if that does that. Well, my shit stay open, so I'm good. I'm gonna open up the server and kind of find out when I leave. I
On
got one.
Windrows.
Yeah, I got one.
I was literally about to switch to my phone and then go to my other computer. Try to set something up.
Mr. Healthy.
Good.
Oh, dog.
What up, boss?
Then you hit the follow on Instagram. I was like, damn, I didn't even know you had an Instagram.
Well, yeah, I don't need it like that. Off to close to the hand and shit.
See some of your Raider clips and shit. I was like, that shit's funny.
Hey, I just close to the hand and shit. What you up to?
Ah, chilling. About to hop on the race sim, bro.
Yeah, you got
Have you seen this shit? Look at this. Got it for 300. The guy selling it said he didn't really play it no more, but I got this.
Ah, hell no.
It's fucking nice, bro. Me and my buddy Joe been racing it up.
You need the motherfucker to get a separate PC if you gonna use that motherfucker.
Why?
A smaller separate PC. You don't need some fancy or something, you know. Because after a while.
To run iRacing, I need that computer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but get a separate computer because I had them with the 2 sim rigs. But I didn't like them. It was just too much. Like having it all on one computer while playing a set of Corsa, and I had a nice ass. But my shit was nowhere near that shit. You know, like my shit was kind of advanced. You know, like.
You want to see what I was starting with? What base I was starting with? I just switched to T300. I just switched from that. This junky ass Thrustmaster.
Yeah, that's it. I ain't have Thrustmaster. Never.
TMX, bro. That shit's trash. So I just
but
got
you got that Ferrari shit
Thrustmaster
though.
T300 with the pro pedals. That shit's fire.
Yeah. Once you actually see like some legit shit, not like the bigger shit. Like
I get what you mean. Run a separate PC for that thing to run off of.
Yeah, because it runs smoother, bro. It'd be better. You know, it'd be nice. I mean, that's what I did when I had my other PC. I ran it off that. I'm all, yeah, this shit fire.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Might have to give me another. I want to get a streaming PC.
Just get a small one. You don't gotta get a big one, bro. You can literally just get like a $400 small PC. I ain't gonna lie. Something with some good RAM, with at least 16 gigs of RAM, and
Everybody hopped on.
What up, you ugly motherfucker?